All right, let's dive right into this explainer of the Mahaprajnaparamita Sastra. Today, we're unpacking an absolutely fascinating ancient text to uncover why the ultimate perfection of wisdom is considered way more than just a philosophy. It's actually revered as the literal mother of all Buddhas. We're going to explore exactly what that means and how this profound wisdom acts as the ultimate shield for your mind.
So, right off the bat, we got to ask ourselves a super practical question. When someone tries to grasp the highest spiritual truth, why do so many obstacles suddenly appear out of nowhere? Have you ever noticed that the exact moment you try to focus on something deeply profound or life-changing, every possible distraction and roadblock just gets in your way? Well, the text we're analyzing today has a very specific and honestly somewhat dramatic explanation for this.
Which brings us to Section 1, the myriad demonic hindrances in seeking wisdom.
This text outlines a ton of spiritual roadblocks, and what's wild is how mundane some of them start out. You've got basic disharmony between a teacher and a student, like maybe they just don't match up in their generosity or ethics, but then it scales all the way up to literal demons manifesting as glowing Buddhas just to distract you. Talk about the ultimate disguise, right? The entire goal of these demonic forces, or maras, is to completely prevent you from grasping true prajnaparamita, the perfection of wisdom.
Now, there's a massive difference between true wisdom and the traps these hindrances set up. True prajnaparamita realizes ultimate emptiness, the fact that all phenomena are fundamentally ungraspable. But false teachings, those are what the text warns these demons will use to trick you. They disguise themselves as the ultimate truth, luring you into seeking worldly attachments, physical forms, or personal gain, all while pretending it's spiritual progress. It's literally like someone handing you a shiny piece of fake gold to make you drop a priceless diamond.
The source material actually gives us this incredible quote to explain why this happens. It points out that just like precious jewels, gold, silver, lapis lazuli naturally attract thieves, writing and retaining this deep prajnaparamita naturally attracts hindrances. These obstacles show up precisely because this wisdom is the ultimate, most precious jewel of the Buddha's teachings. Basically, the greater the treasure, the greater the resistance.
Moving on to Section 2, the mother of all Buddhas, Prajnaparamita.
So, what actually is this precious jewel? Prajnaparamita isn't just some abstract philosophy or a strict set of rules. It is literally revered as the mother of all Buddhas. And why is that? Because it gives birth to the enlightenment, the omniscience, and the 10 powers of every single Buddha across all of time. Without this perfection of wisdom, a Buddha simply cannot become a Buddha.
To really wrap our heads around this, the text uses this beautiful, super relatable analogy. Think about a mother with a bunch of kids. If she falls ill, those children are going to do absolutely everything in their power to cure and protect her out of deep gratitude because she gave them life and showed them the world. Well, in that exact same way, the Buddhas constantly protect Prajnaparamita. Because this wisdom birthed them, because it stripped away all the illusions and showed them the true nature of reality, the Buddhas feel this immense, profound gratitude. They have a strict duty to protect this wisdom, and by extension, they fiercely protect anyone who is sincerely trying to learn it.
And that leads us perfectly into Section 3, the compassionate protection of the Buddha's eye.
Now, the Buddha's eye isn't just some passive cosmic surveillance camera. It is pure, unwavering compassion. It's an omniscient vision used by the Buddhas of the 10 directions to actively safeguard those who are attempting to study this wisdom.
So why are they so fiercely protective? Well, they know beginners like us have pretty fragile wisdom and merit. If we were left completely alone, we'd be totally wiped out by those demonic thieves we talked about earlier. So, out of gratitude to their mother, the Buddhas use their immense power to shield you. They want to make absolutely sure you don't fall back into worldly attachments. They essentially act as the ultimate cosmic bodyguards for your developing mind.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, illuminating the 5 aggregates and the world.
So, what does this protected wisdom actually reveal about our reality? Well, the text boils our entire world down to just the 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. That's it. That right there comprises the absolute entirety of our human experience.
And here is where we see a monumental shift in perspective. As mortals, we look around and see a world that's constantly breaking down, aging, and just decaying, right? It's kind of terrifying. But the Buddha's view, powered by Prajnaparamita, sees that because everything is fundamentally empty of a permanent self, there's actually nothing there that can truly be broken or destroyed in the first place.
The absolute key takeaway here is that emptiness itself simply cannot be broken, destroyed, or stained. It just is, which means the true underlying nature of reality is completely safe and pristine, no matter how incredibly chaotic the surface level appears to us.
Which brings us to Section 5, penetrating the ultimate emptiness of the mind. All right, let's apply all this to the trickiest thing of all, our own minds. When we're scattered, angry, or greedy, it feels like those emotions totally consume us. But from the perspective of ultimate reality, the Buddha's view, these fleeting states are completely ungraspable. The Buddha sees that beneath all that noise, the mind is actually unstained from the very beginning.
There's actually some really airtight logic to this. Think about it. Two mind states literally cannot exist at the exact same time. A past angry thought, already gone. A future greedy thought hasn't even arrived yet. And your present thought vanishes the very millisecond you actually observe it. Because thoughts perish instantly, there is no solid, permanent, angry mind or greedy mind to actually hold on to. It's a flowing river, not a block of ice.
Building on that idea, the explainer points out that the mind has no physical color, it has no shape, it has no fixed dwelling place. You literally can't point to it inside or outside your body. You can't measure it as wide or narrow. Therefore, the mind is entirely ungraspable. It is totally boundless and ultimately free.
In fact, to really hammer home just how ungraspable the mind is, the source text makes this absolutely stunning claim. The mind's true nature is so perfectly empty and so completely without a physical mark that it cannot even be visually captured by the 5 types of supernatural eyes of the Buddha. It just transcends all visual measurement entirely.
Which leaves us with one final, incredibly powerful realization for today. We started out looking at all those terrifying demonic hindrances and distractions that try to attack us on the path. But if the true nature of your mind is ultimately empty, ungraspable, and totally indestructible, what is there left for those demons to actually harm? Think about that for a while.